The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority on Thursday said it is no longer considering implementing the planned 15% duty. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are our top 10 stories countdown today. At number 10, the African Union chief said there was no genocide in Nigeria's volatile north after US President Donald Trump claimed that Christians were being slaughtered by jihadists and faced an existential threat. The US leader said Christianity was facing an existential threat in the West African nation, adding that if Nigeria does not stem the killings, the United States will attack and it will be fast, vicious, and sweet. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, chair of the African Union Commission, told a press conference on Wednesday in New York City that there is no genocide in northern Nigeria. At number 9, a former Super Eagles goalkeeper, Peterside has expressed confidence that Nigeria will defeat Gabon in Thursday's 2026 World Cup playoff. Nigeria and Gabon will duel for the 2026 World Cup chance at Stade Prince Heritier Mole Hassan Rabat at 5 p.m. Speaking on the Sunrise Daily program of Channels TV on Thursday, Peterside said the Super Eagles have a strong advantage over the Panthers despite recent disputes over unpaid bonuses. At number 8, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has denied reports claiming that he gifted a brand new Toyota SUV to Lieutenant Ahmed Yerima, the naval officer involved in a recent altercation with the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike. In a statement issued via his X handle on Thursday, Atiku's media advisor Paul Ibe described the report, which has been circulating wildly on social media, as completely false and without any factual basis. Ibe therefore urged the public to disregard the fabricated story. At number 7, the Senate has moved to outlaw the recruitment of persons under the age of 18 into the military as it passed the Armed Forces Bill 2025 for second reading. The provision, which prohibits the enlistment of minors, aligns Nigeria's military practices with the Child Rights Act, the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, and the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child. The bill, sponsored by Senator Abdulaziz Yar'Adua, seeks to repeal the existing Armed Forces Act 2004, replacing it with a constitutionally compliant and operationally responsive law. At number 6, the United Nations Children's Fund has called on journalists and media organizations across Nigeria to take the lead in driving behavioral change towards the elimination of neglected tropical diseases in the country. The UNICEF Chief of Field Office in Bauchi, Dr. Nushat Rafiki, made the appeal during a media dialogue on neglected tropical disease elimination held on Thursday in Bauchi State. Rafiki explained that poverty, poor sanitation, and lack of access to clean water are major contributors to the spread of NTDs, stressing that communities must adopt cleaner and healthier habits to break the vicious cycle of disease and poverty. At number 5, the Anambra state government has announced plans to build an additional 30 primary schools across communities, following a report highlighting areas lacking public primary and secondary schools. The announcement follows Governor Chukwuma Soludo's landslide re-election on November 8, 2025, in which he won in all 21 local government areas of Anambra State. According to a press statement released on Thursday, the state's Commissioner for Information, Law Mefo, said the project and other key decisions were made during the 22nd Anambra State Executive Council meeting held at the Lighthouse in Awka. At number 4, Libyan authorities have deported 80 Nigerian migrants being held in various detention centers across the country as part of ongoing effort to curb irregular migration and decongest holding facilities. The Department for Combating Illegal Immigration, in collaboration with the Nigerian Consulate in Tripoli, coordinated the repatriation exercise through Mitiga International Airport on Wednesday. According to Migrant Rescue Watch, a group monitoring migrant welfare and human rights in Libya, the deportation followed judicial directives issued by the Libyan Judicial Police. At number 3, the Lagos state government has announced plans to launch the second phase of the Ounje Farmers Subsidy program before the end of November this year to support farmers across the state and ensure they have access to quality feed to boost their production. This was announced by the Lagos State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, Abisola Olusonya, during a press conference at Alausa Ikeja. At number 2, troops of the Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hadinkai, have rescued 74 members of the National Youth Service Corps from a possible abduction by Boko Haram ISWAP terrorists along the Buratai-Kumuya Road in Borno State. The media information officer of the task force, Sani Uba, stated this in a statement on Thursday. According to him, a military patrol team was swiftly deployed to the scene after a closed-circuit television system monitored by troops detected suspicious movement involving 3 buses at the location. At number 1, the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority on Thursday said it is no longer considering implementing the planned 15% duty on imported petroleum products. The development was announced by the Director, Public Affairs Department, NMDPRA, George Eneita, in a statement while warning the public to shun panic buying. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.